Hey everybody, welcome back to the warbossfitz channel. It's been another month, so that means it's time to check in on the work in production contest we got going on the Discord. Now I've gone through and I've assembled all the pictures by all our different contributors this month, and I've put them in these files here. So let's take a look at what they did this month. We are going to start off with Baz, who did some Warfleet stuff. So here we have all the ships printed out with the base paint on them. Here he was airbrushing the base coat. And then this is the detail shot. Looks like he got most of the paint on this purple fleet here. The red one, not that much detail on them yet, but they look like they're headed that direction. Next is Cadon, and he's expanding his wife's Bay Petal Court army. Here we go, everything all printed out and ready to go. There's the spider character and his leafy wolves. And I forgot what these are called, but they are like the heavy combat unit for the Fey Battle Courts. So we got a single model there and another shot of him here. Looking good. I'm sure his wife will have fun kicking his butt with this army. Next we go to Christopher Ofpoznan. I butcher this name every time, but this month he did some epic scale orcs. Here's one of the groupings of boys, and we got some tanks, even more tanks, and then a work in production of a Stampa, some orc barricades. Those are really nice looking for epic. Here's more work on the Stampa. Then we got some dreads and battle wagon type thing. Looks like he started with Epic Land Raider. And here they are finished. And another thing I can say while we're looking at these epic models is that I've opened up a tabletop simulator channel on the Discord, and we've had a couple people throw down some games. So if you're looking for some tabletop simulator action, pop on over the Discord, check out the channel, call some people out. Next is creakybaby, and he did 2 war bands for skirmish. Looks like we got Saurians and Ratmen. There's some work in production, along with a cheeky squadron for war fleets over there. Here's Rats, close up of the roller. I forgot what those are called exactly. And one of his assassins. And then the lizards. Everybody's looking good there. Next is deadlytofu. So this is the creator who did the zombies in the swamp last month, and this month he is expanding it with a zombie dragon and a couple of vampires. It goes just straight from base coat to boom, done. Pretty nice looking vampire and zombie dragon there, and then the additional vampire here with the wonderful bases that he makes. Overall, everything here looks great, and I would love to see that across the table. Next is Foggy. Now, nothing in here really is in order. I had to track some of these down. So here we got some 15mm lizardmen, and the start or finish of a epic scale Space Marine army. And then he also did some dark elves. Here they are all ranked up. And here is the 15mm dark elf army that he did. And then I think he said this was the color testing for the lizard men. But either way, all these look great. Next we go to Frog Wizard. So he was doing some jackals this month, and as you can see here, he did them on an FDM printer. These do look a little rough around the edges, but as you go into the other units, these look great. I think it's just all the ears and the pointy stuff on these that kind of give it away. But these, great looking. Along with his armored units, or the elite units. And then this was the first picture he put out there. And as you can see, when they come off the FDM printer, they are a bit tentacle looking. And this is the full army shot. This is right as he was getting ready to start the basing. And that's as far as he got this month. You don't need to finish the bases on stuff, because I know when you get to this point, you will want to get those models based and on the table. Next is Gravity Dog. And these are pretty interesting. These are dogs in mechanical suits. I don't know if he designed these himself or if they are a digital kit bash. And again, things are kind of out of order. This is the final shot that he sent in, everything all done. Here's another him sculpting. These are some work in productions. And another. Oh, here's a close-up, as you can see the larger dogs, and then the littler, skinnier ones. I think he said that he was going to be using these as battle brothers, as like the battle brother and destroyer. And that's one of the things I love about one-page rules. You can put whatever you want on there, and in this case, these look great. Oh, and here is right after printing. Now we go to Grziek. Grzeesiek. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But he took Orktober to heart. Once again, things might be out of order, but we have a orc rock band. And some, I think these were undead panthers. And then there was the grot crowd. Yes, these are the undead big cats. Working on the grots. More work on the grots. And then he gave us close-ups on the different characters in the band. So you got the keyboard guy, got the guitar guy, got the drummer guy, and the bass guy. With an amp on the back. I had to make sure I put that picture in there. And then here is the band, along with the crowd. And the cats. Excellent work there. Then we go to James Gang Garage. He's working on some camo painting here. Looking good. The camo's looking good. Then you can see some of the troops. Definitely working on a theme here. Some more work in production. More or less finished walker there. And some more troops. Finished troops. Side shot of the walker. And then we got some action shots. These look great. Those look great too. And here is the completed walker. Another squad. That might be my favorite model in the whole army. There's just so much character right here. Excellent job. Then we got Joe Needs Coffee, and this is the one that I showed off a little bit, where he was working. He had just started this at the end of last month. Let me find the first. Yeah, that was the first shot. A Gundam hacked apart, put back together, even better. So here he's working on the base. Base coat. And then I love this pattern that he's got going on here. Tiger stripes. Perfect. A little more. And this was the last shot that he put in there. He says he wasn't quite done with it yet, but just amazing progress. Amazing looking so far. Then we go to K-Bold. And he did a Ratman army. And unlike most people, he started off with a transparent, translucent resin. There's all the bases he's working on. One of the army heroes. And then he even got movement trays for everything. Here's the bigger models. Some more stuff he's working on. The rat on a squirrel, work production. Finished. And then we have one rat squad, and then you can see the squirrel in the background, and another squad with a squirrel in the background. and another squad. So his Ratman army looks great and it is coming along nicely. Then we have Kevin Smoot. Here we got some duchies. A little bit blurry, but that's okay. We get the idea. And then he did some, I think these are called Landstrict ogres. But either way, they came out great. Looking good. Then we go to Kiwi Color Studio, and for a different change of pace, he sent in some videos. So here is the beginning. And then there is after the base coat. And here you can see he did some undercolor for the base, giving it a nice natural blotchy look to the stone. And then we have a middle of the project paint job there. And here is the final product. Looking great. So excellent job all around on that Chimera. Then we go to Liquid Colin. And this one, I only have 3 pictures. Here's the beginning of I think this is a Human Defense Force APC. And then here was the color he put on it. These are the only 3 pictures he sent in. He sent them in early in the month, and I just think he got busy for the rest of the month. So hopefully we'll see this completed next month. Then we go to Noah is Cool. He did a couple of single hero models for Quest, I believe. Here we got an ogre and a knight. There's the knight finished. Then the ogre finished. I love the detailing he did on these armor plates. That and all the muscle striations. And then randomly at the end he throws in, oh yeah, I did an entire warband of halflings as well. So there you go. These halflings look great. This is not an army that you usually see on the board, but I'll tell you what, halflings are fun, and halflings are a lot stronger than you think they should be. So I bet he's going to have a lot of success with these. Then we go to Paul and Sarah of Tabletop Dat Night. Now, you guys won last month, so you won't be in the running this month. We got to let somebody else have a chance, but we'll take a look at what you're working on. So they're doing some Human Defense Force. We love full plates. And then here, I remember he had a thing where the tank chassis just did not go together great. So what he ended up doing was putting it together in Blender as a single piece. And that came out great. There here, and you can see the issues that he had going on. So just having the ability to go in and put the parts together as long as your machine can handle it. Just look at the difference. Otherwise, you know, this is great. There'd be a whole lot of putty work. And here's his troops. Then he asked everybody what color variation he should do. I think these all look good. Here he is in full production. His wife also did some high elf characters. And this is the color scheme he went with. There's a great nature shot. And close up on Doggo. And a nature shot for the high elves. So those look great. I bet you we'll see those on their channel pretty soon. Then we have a rigor mortis. So we got some Human Defense Force. And then we got some dwarfs and some high elves. Wonderful painting table shot. A little bit of work in production. And here's the high elf team. And he also did some Havoc Brothers. Doing a little work on those. More shots of the high elves there. Next we go to Riverbat Sam. Again, some Human Defense Force. Getting base coated. And this is the final product with those. These look great. Look like some ODST troopers. Then we got some Saurians, base coated and painted. And I really like the color he chose. It's not every day you see some orange lizards, but I think it's a great idea. They came out looking great. Like they belong in a desert. And that's one thing I love about doing this with everybody, is that you guys looking at your paint jobs give me ideas. So we might see some orange lizards in the future. Next is Seta Dragon. And he took on the zombie wave. God, just that massive zombies. Now here you can see start the vampire. Everything looks like it's going great. It's even got a couple of human empire guys running away. Oh no! Now here is the final product, and that looks wonderful. And then close up of this guy. And then we got a turntable shot. So I'll let it do a spin around so you all can see the glory. Good stuff. Then we go to Skeletor. And we got more small scale stuff. Did a whole Night Goblins 10mm fantasy army. Printing on these came out damn near perfect. A great big horde of them too. Here we got some paint. Then we got more paint and we got more models. We got orcs, we got more characters, and the giants over here. I'd love to see this army on the board. These look great. Then we got Terrainaholic. He put these in last month, but I missed them on the Discord channel. So these are his wife's female zombies that she put together and painted that are going to be fighting against his male zombies, which he put in last month too, but I deleted the picture. Whoops. Either way, you guys are going to be on the wheel this month. Next, we have that guy who is bringing some heavy metal. Now, I don't even know what tank this is. I know it's a Forge World something. But the paint job came out excellent. So excellent, there's two of them. And then because it was Orktober, he threw down some orcs. What you looking at? And then we have a salamander character of some kind. And then he had to show off the big old box of resin when it showed up. Good stuff. And then after that guy, we have that guy Matt with more orcs. So this stuff back here was last month. This is this month. Doing some painting. Getting the boys dressed. Busting out the big guns. And this is the warband that he's put together of his orcs so far. And then, again, out of order, another painting shot. Then we have Timotei. So we got a group of Saurians here. With some gators. Those all done up. The basing is excellent. The paint job is excellent. Everything is excellent. Then we have the Gecko hero. I think this is a Guardian. If not, it's a really fancy looking Saurian. And then this group. Oh, I think these are the Guardians. Either way, They look great. The green really makes that bone color pop. And then he had some time left over. He built a house. Ta-da! And lastly, we have Warstock. So there's a group of, I think, wood elf centaurs. I'm not sure where these models come from, but I like them. Half elf, half dryad. We got a goat, or a satyr, and he shows the reference picture that he used. That's how it came out. And then he had to put in this cute little hobbit. I mean, look at this thing. It's adorable looking. Then we got some gnomes. More gnomes. And this is that unit all done up. The gnome shooters. And then a conglomeration of lots of gnomes. A gnome caster. A gnome chariot. And then one of them honey badgers. And here's a caster on top of his frog. Looking great. So now I'm going to put everybody's name on the wheel. Alright, so we got 25 on there. Let's go ahead and give it a spin. Who's it gonna be? There we go. K-Bold, you are this month's winner. I'm gonna go ahead and message you on Discord as soon as I stop recording here. And we're gonna talk about what you won. So thank you everybody that participated in the October Work in Production contest / giveaway / sweepstakes. I'm still not sure what this technically counts as. But today starts off the contest for November. In order to participate, all you gotta do is go on to the WarbossFitz Discord server, and then over here in the monthly painting contest channel, you're going to want to go in here and make a thread of your work of production pictures. Now, you don't need to make a thread. I know some people, it's harder for them to make a thread because they're just using a mobile phone. But as long as you put it inside the monthly painting contest channel, I usually am able to find it. And I'll make sure you get on the wheel. So once again, thanks everybody for participating. I hope we get a ton of entries for November because I love seeing what you guys are working on. So until next time, keep your brushes wet, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.